Hello, welcome to the Richest and Simple Living. My name's Maria. If you're new here, I video vlog mainly about homeschooling, urban homesteading and home life, which normally is cooking. Today, I'm not quite sure what I'm actually doing. Doing some cooking. I was telling you about this jelly mousse, a mousse that can be made out of jelly. And I kept saying, oh, we'll do it together and I'll show you what it is. So I thought we'll do that this morning. Normally, it is the beginning of the week, although you could be watching this anytime, so it could be the end of the week to you sort of thing. But normally in my week, at the beginning of a week, I vlog about homeschooling, and then the latter part of the week, I vlog home life, urban homesteading, cooking, that kind of thing. But because it's the last week now of Sean's summer vacation, we're not doing a homeschooling one today. The homeschooling videos are going to start next week. So I thought what we'll do today then, I'll do this jelly mousse, if you can call it that. I'm not actually sure what to call it. It's a recipe I've seen about 30 years ago, and I used to do it for my older children when they were little, and it always went down a storm. So I've not done it for donkey's years, and I suddenly thought, why don't I give it a go? And this was a couple of weeks ago. So I thought today we'd have a go at it together, and it used to be so nice, it used to be so lovely. So what I'm going to do, I'll swing it down so you can see what I'm doing rather than look at me. As you can see, I'm in my kitchen today. Lately I have been out in the in my adapted shed, but cause that's where my air fryer is. But today I'm in my kitchen because I want to use my Ninja blender. So that's in here. Can't take everything into the shed. So I'm just going to pop the kettle back on. I have boiled it. I'm just going to reheat it. While I do that, I'm going to take a normal packet of jelly. I've chosen raspberry flavour. Now I'm not sure if you're going to see a streak. I can see a streak going like along there. I don't know whether it's going to come out like that, but the sun is shining really bright today. It's a beautiful day. Apparently we're having like a last burst of summer before autumn sets in, so it's really lovely. It's going to be warm today, but I'm getting this like sunny streak. I can see it as I'm filming. I've tried to shut some blinds, it doesn't really work, so we'll just have to go with it. If I'm not glitching, I'm now streaking. So there we go. We'll pop the jelly in there, into there, and I'm going to put a quarter of a pint, if I can find my quarter mark. I'm just going to put a quarter of a pint of hot water in, just enough to dissolve the jelly. There we are. I don't want to put too much. So you can see I just put a quarter of a pint, and we're just going to stir and stir the jelly until it's dissolved. Some people break it into cubes, but I can't be bothered with all the stickiness of that, so I just plump the jelly in, and it does all right. So we're going to stir all of that until it's melted. It'll probably take a few minutes to melt, but it does dissolve quite quickly. But yeah, we'll stir that now until it's melted. Okay, so we've dissolved it. I'll just bring you down. It's dissolved nicely. I mean, if your water is going cool before it's fully dissolved, whether you break it up or put it in as a chunk, just pop it in the microwave just to heat your water up a little bit, and it'll soon dissolve. So that's that dissolved. What we're going to do next is I've opened the tins ready, some evaporated milk. I'm trying to avoid that sunlight. Some evaporated milk, and we're going to take that up to the pint mark. So we'll just fill it up and take it up to the pint. Just might take fractionally over a tin. Sometimes it's bang on a tin, sometimes it's fractionally over. I think it depends whether you've just gone over with the quarter of water or not. There we are, that should do it. So it looks all sort of gooey on the top. I'm not sure how well you can see this because the sunlight is terrible. It's putting me off a bit. but I've shut the blinds and I can't seem to get it right, so we're having to try and work with it. So now we're going to just mix it and mix it till it's all really nice and pink, or whatever colour jelly you've used. It could be orange or blackcurrant. So we could just mix it and mix it until it's the colour of your jelly, and all nicely mixed. And what I'm going to do then is I'm going to use my Ninja, but if you've got like a processor with a blender bit on, you can use that. Or if you've got an electric whisk, you can use that, but I'm just going to pop it in here for quickness. I'll just pour it in. There we go. I'm going to pop the lid onto it. This way I always have to make sure I get it right. I've got a habit of cross-threading things. Right, make sure it's tight because we don't want it to come off. And we're going to pop it onto the Ninja. Right, I brought you across. Switch it on. Can you see okay? Pop it into there. We will switch it on there. And, well, I pop it on puree. It gets very noisy from here on in. Nearly there. There we go. That's a very noisy bit. So we'll just switch it off at the mains and I'll take it off. And come with me. And we'll then pour it into a basin, a bowl. So move that out of the way. We've got a nice bowl. Take the lid off it. And we're going to pour it into here. And now it's nice and frothy now. This is why I like doing it in there, because it makes it nice and frothy, which is what you like with a mousse, that sort of froth. There we go. That can all be washed. So if I just lift it up, it's running at the minute, but it will set. And take it away from that sunlight. So I don't know if you can see how frothy it is on top. Frothy, I should say, not frothy. So what I'm going to do now, I'm going to put that in the fridge. It'll take a couple of hours to set, just like a normal jelly would. And then once it's set, we'll come back to it, have a look what it's like, and we'll have a taste test of it then. So I shall see you in a couple of hours, although to you, it's going to be instantaneous. So it's a few hours later, the mousse is done. That's how it looks. It's quite moussey looking on top. So I'll take a bit out and see how it actually has done. Bring it down. Fetch a bowl. Now we've got a really whipped top on there. More often than not it'll whip mostly all the way through, but I think I may have put it in a little bit warm. So we've got like a jelly bit and a whip bit, but that shouldn't affect the taste. Let's see what it tastes like. That tastes lovely. I'll taste both sides of it, the jelly bit and the whip bit. It doesn't taste like jelly at all. It tastes creamy and lovely. And the whip bit just sort of dissolves in your mouth. So I think I prefer the other bit of it, really. Definitely really nice. And let's see, I better up tip it. You See, it goes through nice. So that's lovely, really nice dessert to make and quite easy. Like you've seen, just jelly and evaporated milk. So that's turned out really nice. Everybody will have to try it. It's really nice. If you like that sort of thing, it's lovely and really creamy. So that's it for today. Next video now will be an air frying video. We'll do something in the air fryer. I'm not sure what yet, but I'm sure I'll find something. And like I say, next week we're going to go back to homeschooling at the start of the week and then do air frying at the end of the week. So yeah, next one will be an air frying one anyway. So until then, take care of yourselves. Bye.